So the last class, so we discussed about the do while loop and as well as the while loop. So the main difference is, so the do while, the body of the do while loop is executed at least once. So whereas in while loop, it's checking the condition at starting point. So this is the main difference. So the last class we discussed. So the today's class we will discuss about the loops. So what is the like for loop? How the for loop is going to work? Mm, let's open the introduction part. So for loop. So in the previous also there are also two loops that comes under the nine. So while and do are also this comes under the looping concept we can say. So in the today's the for loop class we already discussed in the previous class, like, so once we write the syntax so that you will aware of it or not, so you can guess it, because the last class we already discussed some of the lines how we can execute and how we can like loop the multiple values. So here what I'm doing here is, so in JDK file we have a two loops. So in JDK file we have a two loops. The first one is the traditional form we can call it as. So the first one is traditional form. So the first one is traditional form we can call it as. The second one is for each. So we can call it as the second one is for each. So first we will begin into the traditional form. How the traditional form is going to work internally. So what is the basic structure? Like it's like a syntax we can call it as, and what are the variations? So how and what are the various steps are available to use the for loop. So the syntax for loop, initialization. After that, semicolon and condition. One more semicolon, iteration. So once the iteration is over, and we can close the, or sorry, we can open the body of the for loop and we can close the body of the for loop. So this is all about the initialization, condition, iteration, called the syntax of the for loop we can say. So if one statement is being repeated, like, so in for loop, if we want to write only one step, so we no need to write the open braces and close braces. So if you have a multiple lines of, if you want to execute the multiple lines, so we need to use open braces and close braces. So this is all about the syntax, and we will see the internal structure how the syntax and loop is going to work. So the for loop, how the for loop is going to operate. So when the loop starts, when the loop, like we can say, when the console is like starting, at the controller is trying to execute at line number 5. So this is the line number 5 we can call it as. So once the control is comes to the line number 5 at the for loop, so the first statement is initialization. Initialization, the first initialization part is executed. So after that, what it will do, the condition is executed. So condition means whatever the condition we are going to write, so the condition is going to execute. Here I will tell you the initialization part is executed only once. So after that it's come to the second point, the condition is executed, but the condition is return type is a boolean. So most of the cases the condition is a boolean type. So whatever we are going to write, if it is a true, then it's execute the body of the for loop. If it is a false, it's come out of the for loop. So this is called the condition. And the one more is iteration. So the iteration part is if we want to execute up to this certain level means if we want to execute some of the level the condition is going to false. So for this reason we are going to use iteration. So if we are not using the iteration, what will happen? Every time the code is going to execute because every time the condition is going to return true. So for this reason, so we will use the iteration part. So let's write some examples so that we can write like we we can aware of how the loop is going to execute. Here is I am taking the class name as a 40 main string args. So open the body. So here what I am doing here is we already aware of initialization, condition and iteration. This is the syntax of the for loop. So basic I am initialization part I am declaring a variable at top level. So again I am doing for loop n is equals to 10. So after the initialization we need to provide the semicolon. Now I am writing condition n greater than 0. Condition after condition what I am doing one more semicolon n minus minus. So iteration it is an increment or it is a decrement. So just print our output. So this is this is called over the so for loop example. So why I am taking the n minus minus because so we already took the maximum numbers n is the 10. So if you are increasing the values every time the value is going to increase like 0 n means 11 12 13 14 like the values every time is going to increase. So based on the condition we need to take the iteration. So if the value is going increase, so there is no use of loop. Now, see, we need to run the some certain level, the loop is terminated. So that is the main concept for the purpose we are going to use iteration section. So this is all about the what we can call it as for loop, self and copy of the path, cmd paste. So but where we are saving the file, so the path should be we need to copy the like path to the folder name where exactly we are saving. So then we can compile java c java. So this is all about the compilation phase. We can call it as a compile successfully. So run successfully. So the value is coming 10 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1. After 1 what is happened? So the condition is written false. So once the condition is written false, so it's come out of the for loop. So this is the basic for loop, and we declared the, one more like we can take the one more example to declare some values, initialize the values inside the for loop. So most of the cases the for loop is going to used for the iterating or looping the values. So one certain area, certain time, the condition is true, then we can execute the some come out of the for loop and we can do some of other operations. As of now, don't worry, we are telling it's the basic classes, so we need to get some the basic concept properly so that we can able to develop the any project using the Java technologies. So this is the main the for loop internally how it's going to work. So the one more example here is declaring the loop, what we can call it as a variable, declaring the variable inside the loop. So how we can declare the variable inside the loop? So as of now, just comment out this part. Mm, so how we can comment out? So this is a basic comment out. It's multiple lines of code. Again, what we can do? So declaring the variable inside the loop. So declaring the variable inside the loop. So how we can declare the variable inside the loop? So the last class we declare the variable at method level. Just we use the variable same variable to in the loop. So we declare the variable at the method level and we use the same variable in the loop and initialize the value to execute the sum of the operations. So now what I am doing here is just we are declaring and initializing the variable inside the loop only. So like int n is equals to again 10 I am taking. So same condition n greater than 0 and n minus minus. So here, what is the difference here? It is, see, as of now, there is no difference, but so int n is equal to the same program is going to execute here, but the main purpose here is, so let's execute the program. See, again the same output we got it right, 1098765432 So, so what is the difference declaring the level at method level and declaring the variable at loop level? So once this loop is executed, if you are trying to access the n value here, n is equals to n plus 10. So if you are trying to access the n value, so what will happen? So let's again compile the code. So why we got an x error? So what is showing? Cannot find the symbol in the line number 11. So the symbol, we are unable to find the symbol, it's showing an error. So what is the purpose? Like, so why is already we initialized it, right? We declare a initialized n here, but same n we are using here. So the main purpose is if you are initializing at the method loop level, so the values we can use inside the for loop only. If we are trying to access the same value, same variable outside of the loop, so the same error we are going to see like this. So the purpose is whenever we are initializing or declaring the method level variable, we need to use it inside the loop only. So the whereas we declare the at the top level at the method level, so what will happen? So as of now, just comment out this line. like save program, again compile. So did you get any error or exception? See, Java C fork.java and compile successfully. So this is the main purpose to declare the variable at the method level. So as per your condition, as per your project, so we can declare wherever we want. If we want to use the same variable outside of the loop also, we can declare it at the method level. So this is the main purpose. So declaring a variable at method level, or we can call it as loop level. And the one more thing we will discuss in like so using comma separated values. So this is the one more difference. So let's write here using the comma separated, values. What is means comma separated values? How we can write the code? So in the last class we have only the three conditions: the initialization, condition, and iterations. So these are the syntax of the loop, right? So now we are going to write some more different style. So what is the style here is for loop, and int a is equals to 1 comma int b is equals to 4 semicolon, and a less than b condition. After that iteration a plus plus comma b minus minus. So let's see. So what is the difference we are getting here is, see, first we will execute the program, then we will like get the information and we can describe how these information working fine. Save, again compile. Okay. What it's showing here is identifier expected. What it means, where identifier expected, something we missed somewhere. mm, A less than b. Okay, we will do one thing. Declare int a comma b at method level. Just remove that one. Mm, so here, yeah, anything we miss? It's open, it's close. Okay. So where is the main method? Okay. Class. Okay, close. So int a comma b into A less than b and plus plus b minus minus. Okay, so let's again compile. Let's see. So it's compiled successfully. So why the previous we got an error? So we will see. First we will see and like execute our program. Here what you got 1 4 and 2 3. So like just get in values using the comma separated values 1 4 2 3. So you got, so this is the one more approach we can call it as, so we can execute the for loop. But here what is the issue here is, but whenever we are using the two initializations part comma separated values, we need to declare at the method level or class level. We cannot use the same at the initialization section in the loop level. So this is the difference. We need to use it. So if you are trying to use, we already see we are going to get some exceptions, right? So this is the main purpose. We can use it at the method level. We can access the values and we can assign, we can initialize what we can do it, but in declaration section should be at method level. We can, it is the good approach. So these are the three different approach to provide the, to use the variable like for loop we can call it as. So these are, and one more we are going to see, one more another approach we are going to see, like comment out this also. So what is the one more approach is how here is boolean done is equals to false. So what I am doing here is I am taking the boolean done is equals to false, like I am taking again for loop int I is equals to, int I is equals to 1 semicolon. So the intelligence section is completed. Now we are into the conditional section. Now what is the condition I am taking here is done. So this is the one more approach we can call it as not equals to done and I plus plus. This is the I plus plus. After that close, open the body of the loop. What it's showing here is as of now the done is the false, but we know that conditional, the condition in the for loop every time is returning the true only. If it is returns true, the body of the for loop is going to execute, otherwise it come out of the for loop, right? So in this case what we are doing, so not equals to done means initially the done false, not equals to means it becomes the true, so it's executing. So when we need to make again the done equals to false, so that the loop is going to stop, otherwise the loop executing number of time. For these what we are doing here is, so we are writing if interrupted. So this is the one method which is available in our class. So once it is interrupted, we can do one thing, done equals to true. So if we make the true, what will happen? So here true, done true, but we provide the condition not equals to true. So not equals to true, again it's become the false. So it's come out of the loop, come out of the loop, so that we can stop the loop execution. So this is the one more approach we can call it as. So like also we can run the some of the programs, but as of now we will use up to these three sections. So most in the rare cases we are going to use, but if you interview they are going to ask, so we can say, so this is also one more approach we can use it. So another one what we are doing here is mm, like take one more in just declare the I. So in these loops, what we are doing, we are not initializing the values, we are not iterating the values, just we are providing the condition based loop. So condition based loop means I equals to 0. Directly we can initialize I equals to 0 semicolon. Again write the some for loop, provide the semicolon, and same I am taking the done only condition and do one more semicolon. Sorry, here nothing because we need to provide only two only, right? See, this part is initialization part, and this is the conditional, and this is the iteration part. By seeing these, what you are going to get it here is if you run the some lines of code inside the body of the for loop, so there is an initialization section and there is an iteration. So in the variation we already discussed. So we need to initialize and we need to provide the iteration so that we can execute the code certain times. So we can provide the certain times the condition is going to false so that it's come out of the for loop. So this is the case, so we can go for the loop, but here we don't have a initialization and we don't have a iteration. So what will happen, the loop is going to execute multiple times. So we are going to get so some of the out of memory exception. So that's the reason this is the approach. This is the one more approach if you want to write, but it is the we are going to get some exception related. So I think this is not recommended, but interviewer they can ask the questions, we can we declare or can we use the loop as this syntax. So absolutely yes, we can define. So we will do one thing, we will execute this program to get what it's showing here is like okay, uh, system.out.println height, so that we will get some more information on this. If I equals to 10, what I am doing here is done equals to true I am making. Let's see, so it will work, but see, observe the main issue here is I am providing I plus plus here. So without I plus plus, so this program execute. But what will happen? We will get the sum of the out of memory exception. First we will see this information. Other after that we will execute the without iteration. So without iteration means this is we will remove it. So as of now we will executing this one also. Closing our for loop. Okay. Compile. Okay. Oh shit. We need to remove this one because interrupted. For interrupted, we need to import some of the folders As of now, this loop is not required. So it's compiled successfully. Execute. See, mm, okay. 0, 1, 2, 3. We do one thing because it's showing some of the ambiguity so that we can provide condition here so that there is some difference we can get it here. Compile. Okay, run. See, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. This is the first loop, and this is the this part we write here is like there is no initialization, there is no iteration, just we have a condition. But we will do removing the iteration section. Let's remove the iteration section. What will happen? Just keep compile successfully, run. See, you're able to see. So it's executing. The condition is stopping. So this is the case in the certain times. So we will see we are going to get out of memory exception. So can stop. So this is the what we can do. We need to provide the initialization, condition and iteration so that in the certain area the value is true, the condition is true, so it come condition is false, it's come out of the loop, we can do some other operation. This is the main purpose, we can go for it. So the one more is one more for loop here is, so there is no condition and there is no iteration, condition and there is no initialization. So this loop also same, this is also same. What it will do, it will executing same thing, the previous loop, how what we seen. So this is, these are the loops variations we can call it as. And so we will move into the another approach called for each. So these are the total into the for loop related information. So we will move into the for each information in the tomorrow's class. Please do practice so that you are going to get the information how these loops are executed. Do practice more number of times so it is easy to write without seeing or so. So let's, we will see in the tomorrow's class.